You hit on a few of the issues, and we'll get into the incivility probably later in the podcast because that's a whole subject that we can explore. But what would you say are some of the pressures that can impact local government employees and local governments in general?
Absolutely. Well, definitely resource constraints, which lead to declines in the overall workforce. As we know, when it comes to local government especially, the work can't stop. These are critical foundational roles for communities across the state, whether it's, public works or police and fire. And we know that, especially outside of New York City, there's been a decline in the overall workforce across New York State. And this is a trend that's all across the country. So that means fewer people doing the same work. That's one level of stress. The other thing is we've seen I think we're over $15 billion of federal support that has diminished in one way or another, either directly through a pulling back of grants or through federal services like rural hospitals, Medicaid support, things like that. So all of that actually puts more strain on the people and local government because they have to pick up the slack in those areas too. And then just, and I know we'll probably speak more about this, but the general tone and tenor of the climate right now, let's say the political climate and the kinds of stress that are out there in the public space, internet, social media, all of these things are combining to create sort of a climate of incivility. We know that these problems are rising, and there's nothing on the horizon that says they're going to start to diminish anytime soon. So people need to understand that creates a heavy emotional burden on public servants. And we see it in recruitment and retention issues. It's harder to fill roles. It's harder to find people even to run for office. And mental health is a big part of that, in my opinion.